If you're in that skinny fat physique where you have muscle you want to gain, but there's still a little bit of body fat that you need to lose, you've got to be really careful that you don't fall into the bro cycle when you start jumping from cuts and bulks, which is very, very easy to do, because if you're skinny fat, you're going to think to yourself, well, I have body fat I want to get rid of. Let me go on a cut and see if I can get rid of this fat and get lean. And then as you start doing that cut, your strength in the gym goes down, your energy goes down, you start to feel smaller and skinnier. People start asking you why you're losing so much weight. And then you panic and think, do you know what? I'm going to go on a bulk. I'm going to add the size first, then I'll get lean. And then you go on a bulk, the scale weight goes up, clothes fit a bit tighter, you feel strong, everything looks good, feels good, but eventually you just start to feel a little bit puffy, a little bit soft on the edges. All those areas that you dislike at the start, like the love handles, the double chin, the side boob, all starts to puff up with it, and maybe the abs start to disappear. And then you start panicking, thinking, well, maybe I'm just getting fat. Maybe I should go on a cut again and get lean. And you can see how this cycle just repeats and you jump in between cuts and bulks. And this could easily wipe out a year's worth of effort of training and nutrition, because you could gain 10 pounds and then lose 10 pounds and get to the end of the year and realize, dang, I kind of look the same. What a waste of time. Now, I'm speaking from experience. I have done this several times. I'll put some pictures up here just for reference of where I've just done cuts and bulks throughout the years and just basically looked the same and gone back to my default skinny fat physique. In fact, one of my clients, Avi, got stuck in the bro cycle for a very long time. He was constantly going on a bulk to try and add size, panicking that he was adding some love handles and that his abs kept disappearing. And then he'd jump onto a cut and then feel like he was losing all his strength and gains, and then immediately just end up default back onto the bulk. Thankfully, I've been able to get out of that bro cycle, and I've managed to help several other men do the same thing. So in this video, I want to kind of break down what you should be doing instead. That way you can save several years of wasted time and effort going backwards and forwards on bulks and cuts and follow something that's a little bit more sustainable. Now, I'm going to use my client Reese here just because he's a very good example of what I'm going to talk you through. And this is Reese. Obviously, he was skinny fat, a little bit more on the fatter side than skinny, but he lacked muscle and had body fat he wanted to lose. We were able to help him lose all the body fat in 12 months whilst gaining muscle. Now, we didn't do a cut and we didn't do a bulk. What we did instead was a recomposition. Now, this is very, very simply swapping fat for muscle, right? Recomposition in the body, very simple. All the principles in fitness are very, very similar. Most of it's the same. It's go to the gym, eat right, and get the results. But you need to be very precise. So that brings me to step one, and that's just you need to be precise with your numbers. If you drop your calories down massively too low too soon, yeah, you'll lose weight, but then you start to feel like you're losing muscle, you lose strength, performance, you end up getting back into that bro cycle of cutting and bulking. So what we do instead is we aim for a slight calorie deficit, a smaller calorie deficit. Now, the reason we want a slight deficit is the bigger the deficit, the more risk of you going catabolic and losing muscle tissue. So to avoid that, if we're eating in a slightly smaller calorie deficit, about 500 below your maintenance, you're still going to be losing about a pound of fat per week, but still eating enough to perform, retain, and potentially even gain muscle like these guys here have managed to do in their recomposition. So in terms of nutrition, instead of just guessing it or cutting out certain food groups or following a very blanket diet like keto or carnivore or just saying I don't eat this and I don't eat that, my recommendation would be to track your calories and then slowly refine them if they're not quite where they need to be. Every single transformation that I show you on screen has tracked their calories. Now, it's not the only way to do it. You can absolutely follow a meal plan, but you need to work out the numbers first and then build the meal plan around those numbers. And if you don't know what those numbers should be, I do have a free nutritional blueprint which you can grab here so you can work out those numbers, get your macronutrient ratios right, and it gives you a bit of advice on how to adjust them as you progress as well. So now we've got that 500 calorie deficit. Of course, we want to be eating lots of protein so that we're preventing losing lean mass on this recomposition. So I normally recommend 1 gram per pound of lean body weight. Just make sure you're keeping that protein as high as possible. Now, step 2 is the training side of things, because most dudes think to themselves, well, I'm going to do loads of cardio to burn calories, and I'm going to do the gym classes, I'm going to do high rocks, I'm going to do CrossFit, whatever it may be. Maybe they do a little bit of weights, a little bit of machines, but again, it's still too vague. There needs to be a lot of specificity because we're trying to achieve a specific result. We're trying to lose body fat and gain muscle to build a leaner, muscular, more attractive physique. So we can't just do a bit of everything and hope it just turns out the way we want it to. So in terms of training, what we focus on is strength training overload. So very simply put, we're going to pick some lifts that you're comfortable with doing. So some guys can do deadlifts, some guys can do bench, squat. Other guys might have restrictions. They might be new to the gym. Their gym might be too busy to realistically get those workouts done around their schedule. Maybe you train from home. Maybe you have some injuries or postural things you need to work around. Either way, you need to find movements that you're comfortable doing. So if you can't do a bench press, maybe you can do a chest press machine. Maybe you can do push-ups. You need to find exercises that you can build into a workout plan that you can stick to long term without changing too often. And then you're going to focus on getting stronger with those workouts. So as a quick example, I normally just recommend a pull push legs because you're hitting one muscle group per week. It's nice and even. It's very 3D. So if you're doing a chest press, you're doing a row. If you're doing a shoulder press, you're doing a pull down. It's evenly balanced. And as an added bonus to doing a pull push legs, if you've got any genetic lagging areas, like for me, it's the chest, that will soon become apparent because you're training everything evenly. So then you can start to tweak your training program to be a little bit more specific for you, your genetics, and your build. So a pull push leg system's great, based around main compound movements like squats, bench, deadlifts, And if you can't do those, use machines. But the key here is to make sure it's consistent and that you're focusing on adding weight and strength to those lifts. So if you're doing 4 sets of 10 with a bench press, over time you want to increase that weight even if those reps drop. If you're focusing on strength whilst hitting a slight calorie deficit, your body's long-term adaptation is to gain more muscle or at least keep lean muscle. If you start doing loads of star jumps and you're eating a calorie deficit, your body's not going to hold on to a lot of lean mass because it quite frankly doesn't need it to do what you're doing. Everything's about adaptation for the goal that you want. So if we can get stronger in this calorie deficit whilst eating a lot of protein and not being too low in the calories, and we're progressively overloading, be it with reps and weight, there's a high chance you're going to gain muscle whilst losing body fat. This is exactly what Matt did to lose his belly and build up his shoulders and arms. Same with Tom to get abs, chest and arms. Of course, Reese gained a significant amount of muscle. Same with Matthew. Josh was able to bring up his chest a little bit in the deficit. Same with Leon. I'm sure you get the point. This isn't just theory. This is just simple science and based on the 10 plus years I've been coaching skinny fat men to fix the skinny fat physique. And then on to step 3. This is very, very important. And that is avoiding the plateaus. Because eventually any program you follow, any strategy you follow is eventually going to stop working because your body adapts and becomes used to it. That calorie deficit you've been hitting might need to come down a little bit more because your body's becoming accustomed to it. Or in some cases, if the calories are too low too often, you might need to increase it slightly to avoid too much metabolic adaptation. Or your strength and lifts in the gym start to plateau, so you might need to make a tweak to your training program or review the basics of your sleep, hydration, nutrition, quality of your food, timing of your food. It can get more complicated once you start peeling back the layers. So what we want to do is we want to focus on the basics of tracking your food and tracking your workouts and then monitoring your progress as often as possible. With my clients, we look at the weigh-ins daily, we track their food and macros daily, and then we do a weekly progress photo and then look at the workouts for that week to see how things have been changing, if anything's starting to plateau. And then if something is plateauing, it's very easy to make that adjustment because you've logged it. It just keeps things a lot more simple, but a lot more direct and a lot more specific, so you're not just guessing and hoping. As I don't know about you, I don't want to spend 3-4 months working my ass off with a workout routine around a busy schedule, prepping my meals, eating loads of good food, only to turn around and go, I don't think actually I've been gaining any muscle on this, or I don't think I've lost any body fat. Whereas if you're precise and you review those numbers each week, every single week you're making progress, and if you're not making progress for a week, you have all the data and information to make those adjustments. So to avoid those plateaus, look at your weigh-ins, look at the food you've been hitting, look at the workouts. If you think the food's a little bit off, maybe you need to weigh your food out and be more precise. If the lifts are starting to plateau, maybe you need to increase the weight and drop the reps, or maybe you need to work on your form, maybe you need to make sure your sleep and hydration's better. Either way, if it's tracked, it's measured, and if it's measured, it can be progressed. And it's these 3 simple steps that I've been using to help all these guys transform, and it's how I managed to break free of the bro cycle as well. If this is something you like the sound of, or you want a little bit of help to actually implement this, I do coach people one-on-one online. Feel free to book a call with me down below, or you can even just message me on Instagram if you just have any questions. I'm not the salesy type kind of guy. I'm just making this video to put out the information that I needed when I started. But I also understand the power of accountability and structure and guidance. And it's coming up to New Year's, so this is when people need the help. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, you can message me on Instagram at Elite Transformation Project, or just drop a comment below. And if you want a little bit more information on how you can fix the skinny fat physique, watch this video over here. Hopefully it's a good one. I might have chosen it myself. YouTube might have chosen it as well. Either way, give it the old clicky click, and I'll see you in that one as well.